I'm going to show you exactly how I built my coaching business to multiple six figures while working a demanding corporate job without burning out, without using company time, and without waiting for the perfect moment to start in 4 phases, plus the 5 practical action steps you can take right now at the end of this video. I'm Kara Flowers, a business mentor who's helped women worldwide remove invisible barriers holding them back and build 6-figure businesses. And as a Christian, wife, and a mom, I bring that perspective to everything that I teach. Look, I get it. You're sitting at your desk right now, maybe stealing a few minutes on your lunch break to watch this, wondering how you'll ever find the time to build a business that's been burning in your heart. I was you. In my early 30s, managing $80 million worth of real estate in LA, making 6 figures, and knowing deep in my soul that this was not my path. Here's step number 1, the strategic mindset shift. Here's the first thing that you need to understand, and this gave me an unfair advantage. I never saw my job as my destiny. I saw it as my funding source. See, I'd already tried the starving artist route, waiting tables while trying to make it as an actor. I dropped out of law school. I knew the prestige path just wasn't for me. So when I landed that property management role, I treated it differently. I didn't resent it. I didn't just phone it in. I actually excelled at it. Why? Because I treated that job like it was my own business. This did 2 things. First, it built massive social capital with my boss. It taught me the business skills that I needed later. And here's what most people miss. Your 9 to 5 isn't your prison. It's your business school that pays you to attend. And I'm not alone in this approach. Right now, 44 million Americans have side hustles, according to recent workforce studies. But here's a kicker. Research from the Academy of Management shows that people who view their side hustle as psychological empowerment actually perform better at their day job, not worse. Most people hate their day job so much that they sabotage both ventures. Don't be most people. Step 2, the exit strategy conversation. A year before I quit, I did something bold, maybe crazy. I walked into my boss's office and said, I'm interested in entrepreneurship and eventually I want to leave and start my own business. What's your advice on doing this the right way? Now, before you think I'm insane, you have to know your company culture. Know your boss. I'd spent years building trust. Her response changed everything. She said, find and train your replacement. That's it. No anger, no punishment, just practical advice. For the next 6 months, I wasn't sneaking around. I was executing a plan that she knew about. Think about it like this. If you're planning to move out of a house you've rented for years and you tell your landlord in advance, what happens? You leave on good terms. You might even get a glowing reference, maybe even help you pick your next place. But if you sneak out in the middle of the night, no note, no heads up, they're not gonna sing your praises. Your employer is the same. When you're honest, you build trust, and trust creates options. During those 6 months, I researched everything about coaching, took on practice clients at embarrassingly low prices. I downloaded every free resource, watched YouTube videos, probably like you're doing right now, and I asked everyone for book recommendations. I even got a logo made that I never used, by the way. I was learning on my own time, building confidence that I could actually deliver transformations. Step 3, the negotiation strategy. Once I found and hired my replacement, I made my next move. I negotiated my contract. I said, I want more flexibility. What if I work 3 days a week? They said yes. Why? Because I had a trained replacement ready. I took a small pay cut and I lost some benefits, but by then I was making a couple $1,000s a month from coaching. The math worked. This is the key. I didn't negotiate from desperation. I negotiated from contribution. There's a term for what happens when you try to juggle competing priorities. Attention residue. Dr. Sophie Leroy's research shows that when you switch tasks without fully finishing the first, part of your focus stays behind. It drags down your performance on the next thing, even if you think you are being productive. That's why creating clear boundaries, like my 3 days on, 4 days off, was a game changer. I wasn't bouncing back and forth anymore. I could actually be present. Those 2 free days, that's when I became a master practitioner of NLP. I took a business coaching course. I attended conferences. I found mentors. I read every business book I could find, and I slowly raised my prices, focusing on becoming an excellent coach. And here's what's crucial. I never did my business work on company time. Not one email, not one client call. That's not strategy, that's stealing. Step 4, the leap of faith. I was ready to leave long before I actually did. So what held me back? Fear of uncertainty, the what ifs. I kept looking for the perfect coach, the perfect plan, the perfect safety net. But here's what finally pushed me. I I couldn't give those 3 days my full attention anymore. My mind was consumed with my business. I was doing my employer a disservice. And more importantly, I felt God giving me clarity that this was my path. So I left before I had every answer, before I felt ready. Waiting to start a business until you feel ready is like waiting for all the traffic lights to turn green before leaving your driveway. The road clears as you move. What looks like recklessness is often just obedience to the next step. I left before everything was perfect, and because I had to make it work, I did. 2 weeks later, COVID shut down the world. 2 months after that, I made $20,000 in 1 month, and I cried. Sometimes the safety net appears after you jump. So here's what you can do today. And these aren't just my opinions. This is what actually works. Shift your mindset. Your job is funding your dream, not blocking it. Psychological empowerment principle. Remember, excel where you are. Build social capital and business skills. Become too valuable to burn bridges with. Have the conversation. Be transparent with your employer when you've earned the right. Remember that landlord analogy. Set boundaries. Never steal time. Use clean boundaries to avoid attention residue. Take imperfect action. Stop waiting for green lights. The road clears as you move. Remember, you're not trying to balance two things forever. You're strategically using one to build the other. If you're in motion and you're building that business publicly, but you need clients, I'll show you why your coaching business isn't getting clients in this next video right here.